All right. What is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? We got to talk about China today, all right? We're going to take a look at Baidu. We'll take a look at JD. These are going to be some zoomed out time frames, and we'll zoom in a little bit on the K-Web, which is the China Internet ETF, and then the FXI, which is going to be the China Large Cap ETF. Really impressive things we're seeing in a lot of Chinese charts, a lot of Chinese stock charts, and time to do an update on them, okay? I haven't paid too much attention to China. Really since the year started, I got into China and a couple Chinese plays in the very beginning of the year. And it's been a grind, but starting to pay off here recently, right? Starting to see some green, right? We'll take a look at Baba as well. I know Baba is one of everyone's favorites. So we're going to do zoom way out here and go over the three stages of a reversal so you guys can get an idea of what those look like. As always, though, the content provided on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. So be sure to read through the disclaimer. And if you're new to the channel, I started a completely free newsletter for you guys called Investment Intelligence, giving out free, valuable finance and trading content. There's a website associated with it, so you can go back and see some of the previous newsletters that have been out and articles that have been written. And you can also join the Investment Intelligence Discord. That's $10 a month, and in there you get access to all the different analysis, such as the analysis in these videos, and many, many more. 20 plus swing trade ideas every single week, custom scripts, indicators, as well as many other valuable resources. Now, let's start off here with Baidu. Okay. And Baidu, right? There's this concept known as a look below and fail, basically a false breakdown, an oops, a scoop and score, whatever you want to call it. I hear lots of people calling it many different things. But what we want to do is just go over how there is clearly an established demand zone, right? There's demand over here, right? There's demand over here, there's demand over here, and demand over here yet again. And so what we're wondering here, if this is going to be yet again another little oops here, right? A little false breakdown, right? Because false moves tend to lead to fast moves, right? And you see we have this, false move to the downside where the bulls were able to take over the bears, right? They should have came here, retested this, and then came down and continued making lows, right? Continued the downtrend of a low, lower low, then a higher low right here to break in a new lower low and put in a new, lower high. That did not happen, right? And we saw a false move here lead to a very fast move. Okay, sending Baidu from the 70s all the way up here to 160. So over a 100% move that we saw in the stock. Back in basically a year ago, right? A little over a year ago, year and a half ago. And so we're coming back down to this key area now. There's actually two patterns that I'm watching here currently, okay? There's this prevailing downtrend and then an aggressive bump down in price. This is one of my favorite chart patterns known as the bump and run, right? And in this case, it would be a bump and run reversal, an inverse bump and run. And we would look for, in a perfect world scenario, the way it's going to work out is it's going to take you up here to this top trend line, and then you actually break through that and go up here to where the top of the pattern began. So we'll see if that's how it ends up playing out. That's one thing that I'm watching right now at the moment. But if you also just keep this aggressive bump down that we have and you throw another trend line here, what have we got? Well, we've got a nice little falling wedge, right? And we're consolidating through here, looking to see if we can, again, get that scoop and score, get that false move lead to a fast move and get a breakout in China, right? Specifically Baidu here, that would look really, really good. So Baidu is one that I think you guys need to pay attention to. Below 94, you can cut it. I think that that's pretty safe. And if you're looking for longs, you want to try to remain long above 94. Okay. Your target to the upside, and these are going to be a little bit longer term. We'll see how quick of a move it has. Basically 120, 135, 161. All right. Those are going to be the three targets to the upside that I'm paying attention to right now. We've got JD here. Okay. J Dizzle. Another one, huge, massive falling wedge here. Okay. This is a multi-year falling wedge. And it's been respecting these lines and these trend lines very well, right? You have the initial point of contact, retest, and here we are at this point. We formed a nice inverse head and shoulders here. Okay, we have the left shoulder right over here. We've got the head, and then we've got the right shoulder, right? And we came down to this zone here, tapped it, exploded up. This is a very strong bullish candlestick right here on the weekly close for JD. We were able to close above 29. So the next target here is going to be 34. That's our inverse head and shoulders target. But above 34, we're going to be looking at 42, 55, 76, and potentially even 111. Now, tons and tons of work. Okay, these are, 4-year charts right here. We've got a 4-year chart pattern. So don't expect this 4-year chart pattern to resolve itself and explode all the way up to 111 in a matter of months. Okay. We've got a little bit of our shorter term targets here, but we're keeping an eye on the big picture and looking for where this could potentially go in the future. All right. So that's another one that I'm watching here, paying close attention to is JD. KWeb. This is that inverse bump and run in action, guys. Okay. And we highlighted this in the Discord a while ago. Initially when the pattern first presented itself, we had the prevailing downtrend and the aggressive bump down in price. And as soon as we came through here and broke that first trend line, we said, all right, now your next target is going to be the second trend line. And it played out very well, right? Look, breakout, retest, push higher, reject, breakout, retest, push higher, boom, boom, boom. So it looks really good. Above 28.50 for KWeb, you're going to be targeting the prior cycle highs of 32. Okay. And that's going to be that perfect world scenario where you see the inverse bump and run take you back up to where the pattern began. All right, so I'm watching that one. Lots of gaps down to fill on KWeb. Okay, so I do think you need to respect your stop losses. These Chinese stocks, they gap up, they gap down, it seems like almost every other day. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps down to fill on KWeb. So, I think you can play this, if you want to be aggressive and get in here above this breakout, above 28.50, just respect the stop, right? And here you're basically risking 30 cents from where price action is at right now, looking to potentially make, $3, right? So that's basically a 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? So very good risk to reward ratio. All right. And, if it comes back down, let it come back down, figure itself out. Okay. You don't necessarily have to try and time support and buy the exact bottom of this next move. If we were to say correct, I think what you want to do is just, play long above 28.50, right? If we're above 28.50, then you can go ahead and target these prior cycle highs of 32, right? I think that's pretty much how you want to play the KWeb. FXI also had a very similar setup. We've got a very long multi-year downtrend here that we're finally breaking out of. Very clean breakout and retest here. You see breakout, retest, huge weekly bullish candlestick right here. Also had an inverse head and shoulders setup, really helping to fire. And we've kind of already really hit the inverse head and shoulders target here. But we did have a nice double bottom. And so the double bottom neckline is going to be a little tough to call, okay? To say exactly where it is. In my opinion, it's going to be this zone right up here, okay? And talking about, again, 3-4 year charts right here. These aren't going to develop overnight, right? But if we see something like this, okay, we're able to, break through this zone, I think it's very possible that FXI can get back up to the 54s, okay? But for right now, with this breakout, we want to see, can we continue this momentum? Even if we were to trade sideways a little bit, right? And we were to draw a little zone in here, from this area and just trade sideways, consolidate a little bit. That's going to be pretty healthy, right? If we can consolidate, absorb overhead supply, create a demand imbalance, and push up higher, that's going to be a good look for the FXI. We don't really want to see us come up into the zone and then immediately reject and start heading back down lower. Okay, that's not necessarily what we're looking for. If anything, we'd be looking for some bullish consolidation, again, to absorb some supply and then break out to the upside. 33.74 ultimately is your larger target here. If you're looking and playing it right now, but you want to be mindful of this little zone right here. Okay, so you can wait for a break retest of this zone. You can wait for an entry and then consolidation, and then look for your long position entry. There's a few different ways to play it, right? But it's still early in the phase, right? I mean, this is the first bullish candlestick that we've had. It's not uncommon for us to see red candlesticks after really big, green candlesticks, or in this case, white, right? Really huge candlestick right here. And what do we see afterwards? We end up seeing a pullback, big candlestick over here. We get some follow through, and then we get another large candlestick here. And what do we see? A little bit of a check back, right? So, patience is the name of the game. Patience pays, but I think that these are some of the charts that you guys really want to be paying attention to. Baba, okay, Baba, great example here. Now, Baba came back and retested its all-time low. Whoever bought it there, good job on you. You're not up massively, but it did bounce very nicely over here and over here at those previous all-time lows. And there's three stages to a reversal, guys. There's your downtrend, okay? Then there's the box consolidation, right? And that's that phase that we're currently in right now. Okay, we're currently in box consolidation since 2022. So we've been in a 2-year consolidation zone, and we're really just trading in the lower range of that consolidation zone, which is even less bullish. All right. So lots of work for number 3, which is going to be the reversal to be kicked off and done. But I'm liking what I see here, right? If you can keep an idea and keep your time horizon, okay, relevant. And when we're looking at this, saying, hey, there's some risks involved. Okay, we haven't really seen a breakout of this consolidation zone, but we are in the lower end, in the lower range, the lower half of this zone right here. And so if you're someone who thinks that, a year, 3 years, 5 years from now, that BABA can get out of this consolidation zone and start its reversal process, well, there's lots of upside potential here. Okay, but the risks are, we could come back down, retest those previous all-time lows, or we could break through those lows at 57 and head and discover new lows, right? Where there's no support and the potential, for the stock to drop much lower is. So, these are what it comes to with China, with the China plays that I'm looking at. Let me know you guys' favorite China plays. Okay, what are you guys interested in right now? What do you guys think have the best setups, short term and long term? I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. Don't forget you can join the Discord. Okay, the Investment Intelligence Discord is only $10 a month. You'll get access to all the different plays, analysis that I'm looking at. Okay, so if I see a chart, the Discord is going to be the first one to be alerted about it, and they'll know about it, and have the analysis inside of there, right? Like Tilray, if you look back last month, right, we were playing Tilray, 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio there, nice setup, keeping a tight stop, and it went way past our bullish price targets here, resulting in some really nice gains on the last couple of runners for Tilray. We've got Valero, another one. This one had about a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio back when it was on the 140s. I got into that one, and it went way past our bullish price target of the 166.50, going all the way up to the 180s. That was a really nice play there as well, an energy play. So, if you want to join that, link is in the description. Otherwise, you can sign up for the newsletter. That's completely free, right? And you'll get those, sent directly to your email inbox, or you can, keep tabs on it via the website. And if you ever want to do a coaching session, one-on-one session, whatever it is you would like, check out my Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description for that as well. You can just come here, click on this commissions tab, and in there you can book a 30-minute or a 1-hour session via the Ko-Fi page. You can book those directly through there. Leave me a message. You can also click on this buy coffee button, basically a way to leave a tip or donation for all the free valuable content I put out there, such as this video and such as the newsletter. Thanks again for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more. And if you enjoyed today's video, I really think you'll enjoy this next video here. So be sure to click on that one.